Hey, Steve Zalunardo here, Treviso Realty. Just a real quick update on the current market. Current inventory, we're up about 200 units, or actually 20 units rather. We're at 18,980 units. So not too much of a change there. And then also solds, we're at 427 solds, up since last week. Last week we're at 380 units. I mean, altogether, if you kind of put that in percentage form, which obviously translate into a more malleable number. It's like 12% more sales in the last week, which is great. And then, pending with contingencies, that's up or down rather than last week. We're at 257 from 310. This is where that translation, that direct correlation, where we're seeing more solds this week than last week because they were pending with contingencies, and then obviously they move on to pending, and then they all close. So it's like a domino effect. So that's okay. So pretty stable now. If you kind of look at Estero. So Estero now, again, we bring it down into like a micro level. We're at 704 units, so up 5, which is nothing at all. Pending with contingencies, exact same as last week, so 9 went under contract in the last 7 days. And then closed, we had a total of 10 closed versus the 19. But again, the direct correlation to what's pending and what's gone under contract obviously translate into what's closed. So there's less closed properties last week. What we found clearly now, because we had that huge adjustment to the policy rate. Jerome Powell adjusted 50 basis point, which was a very big surprise for us too. We thought it was going to be 25 basis points. Definitely a huge influx of calls come in, and right after that, because we know once the inventory starts coming down, prices go up, and this is just normality. Obviously, there's uncertainty with election and a whole bunch of stuff going on, but at the same time, if you look at the amount of inventory, this is some data here. If we look at this, so we have close. So if you kind of see here, this is going into August last year and then August of this year. We're at literally half of what the sales were, 1/3 of the sales from last year, which is not the greatest thing, clearly. But at the same time, if you're looking at a few things here, this is super important now. Like our 30-year fixed rate is down to 6.09%. We had a foreign national buyer that's actually flying in on Wednesday to purchase, and they're going through a DSCR loan, which is a type of loan where they don't check income, they don't check FICO score, they don't check anything. They just basically look at the investment. They give you the loan and the investment, so it's always going to be a higher rate. But they've just offered her something of 6.5% for foreign national with a DSCR loan, which is crazy. I think that's insanely good. So that's going to bring out these buyers from up north, clearly. And this is another factor too. Look at this. We're at not the greatest number, clearly, but you kind of see here, this is the last month of what kind of happened. Some spikes, and now with the new policy rate being down 50 basis points, you're going to start seeing this dollar getting down even further, which makes it more affordable for foreign buyers to come in and spend some money and eat up some of this inventory. Getting back to this chart here, this is, if you I don't want to put condos or manufactured, I just stick with the like freehold properties here. New construction right now, there's, what is that, eight sold in the last month, in August rather. You're going to see a big shift in September. Clearly, we've seen a lot more action. If you get into resale, we had 93 units, and this is based out of Bonita Estero. But what I look at here is the month supply. This is shocking a bit, right? So new construction is 7.5 months of inventory, which is going into 8 months. It's obviously a direct correlation to what, if you kind of see closed sales. If you're going to eight sales and you got 7.5 months of supply, and you kind of see what's on the market, we have like let me see here, homes for sale, new construction. There's 52 units for sale, which is very low. Think about it. There's 52 units through Bonita and Estero that's new construction currently on the market right now. Like, this could get swallowed up in like a month if the market gets really quick again. So we're kind of like teetering between a balanced market and then a crazy market where we start getting into bidding wars again. So it is what it is. We obviously, we're fully invested into the real estate market. I know it looks grim at some points, but at the same time, we're going heavy-handed on it, because I feel like it's the right time where we're kind of having that bottom of the lull, then we're having that period where we're going to start out of that lull period and start to get into that hyper market where nothing makes sense anymore, and you're going to have to put your money into stuff that's not related into real estate, which we normally do when we get into an uncomfortable hot market. But what we're doing in Cape Coral clearly is the build there. We are today getting trims, doors installed. The kitchen's being installed at the same time. We got the pool that got dug out the side. We got the plumbing crew in the front putting the sewers in. It's all hands on deck. It almost looks like one of those television shows, move that bus kind of thing right now, because that's where we're at. We're kind of pushing that project, and then we're going to do the grading, put the fascias in on there. We've listed it last week also, so we're full hands on deck. Invested in the real estate market. Clearly, once this sells, we're going to go into right away buying 2 more lots and then start building that, and then hopefully we can get 2 more built out by April of next year, and then buy the third. By the closer to like third, fourth quarter, and then start building that into the 2025 year. In 2025, we want to build 5. So if we were rolling 1 into 2025, and we can add another 4 to it, which is quite easy. So that's pretty much it on today's update. Have a great day, guys. If you have any questions, you can always reach out direct 239-672-0616. Thank you.